Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new story for you which comes from a fellow YouTuber called Elena. This story is entitled The Magic Mask. One cold winter's evening, Tom was looking for some socks to wear in his wardrobe when suddenly a bag fell out and into his hands. What's this for, Tom? Reaching in, he grabbed a sealed package with what looked to be a mask with a female face on it. Also, another package that looked like some type of white female clothing. He decided to investigate. First, he opened the package with the clothes inside and placed it on the couch. There was a piece of paper inside that read, "White sexy slut. This is magic." Tom opened up the second package. And inside was a mask with a female face. The face was so realistic and also seemed familiar, like he had seen the face someplace before. Again, inside there was a piece of paper. This time it read, "Makeup later mask, 30 seconds. Tom studied the paper. What could this be? Where had it come from? What was he doing in his wardrobe? Tom picked up the mask and looked into his eyes. "I know this face," he thought. "Where have I seen it before? It looks like..." And then he realized it looked like him. But him if he was a her. The face was his if he was female. Tom walked over to the mirror, the mask in his hand. Something inside him was calling him to put the mask on. He didn't know why, but he knew that this mask was more than it seemed. He faced the mirror and held his breath. Holding the mask above his head, he quickly placed it on, pulling it down till it covered his whole face and head. At first nothing happened. Tom looked out of the small slits for eyes on the mask, and he could see the mask had covered his entire head, and didn't look that remarkable once it was on. He decided to remove it, but just as he decided, something happened. At first, he could feel his head go light, and then his body. A feeling of euphoria passed from his head to his toes, and then throughout his whole body. All of a sudden, he felt free, happy, and more of... He couldn't find the words to say. He thought, I feel like myself. I feel like a woman." He decided the best thing to do now was to wear the clothes without wearing the other package. Quickly, he pulled the white female top over the clothes he was still wearing and pulled on the white skirt which was inside the package. And like magic, his male clothes disappeared, and the white female clothes were all that remained. His body felt different once he pulled on the clothes. He looked in the mirror. His bum was more round and plump. His waist was more narrow, and his hips had grown to give him a sexy curvy body. His chest now had two amazing large round breasts. His face was very beautiful, with red lips, bright big eyes, and golden blonde hair. He looked in the mirror and he could see he was no longer a man. He had transitioned into a beautiful woman. A woman, he thought. A woman called Elena. She felt so happy. She felt for the first time in her life that this was right. This was who she was. Elena looked down at the boots that had magically appeared on her feet. They were white, knee-high length heel boots, but they were so much more comfortable than her normal footwear. Going back up, she noticed that the golden blonde hair was all natural. As a boy, her hair was dark and had started to go bald, but now it had grown and was a thick golden blonde. She looked in the mirror at her big, bright eyes. They were pure blue, her lips red. She was finally beautiful, a beautiful woman. She couldn't get over how she felt. It wasn't a mask that she had put on. The mask was what she had been wearing all her life. And now, this was her true self. This face, this body was her. She was Elena, all along. All of a sudden the phone rang. Who could that be? She thought. She was not expecting a call tonight. Who would want to call me at this time of night, she thought. She decided to pick up the phone and check the number. No caller ID. Who was this, she thought. Should I answer them? She decided to go ahead and answer the call. Hello, she said. Her voice was so feminine and light and sexy at the same time. The voice on the other side replied, Hello, Elena. It was a man. His voice was deep, commanding, and made Elena feel submissive to his every word. Elena, I want you to leave the room and come meet me outside your apartment building immediately, the deep, commanding male voice said. Elena had no other choice but to obey his instructions. Yes, she said, I will come. The man hung up, and Elena felt as if she had just come out of a trance. Who was this man? What did he want with her? Why could she not disobey him? All of a sudden, she felt vulnerable, but at the same time willing to be submissive to his commands. Elena looked at what she was wearing. I only have these clothes. I have to go as I am. Go outside for the first time as myself, as a woman, she thought. Walking to the door, she felt confident in her knee-high length heeled boots. She felt sexy and in control of her body. No man could resist her, nor could she resist being submissive to men who wanted her. She opened the door to her apartment. The hallway outside was dark and cold, but it was just a short walk to the elevator shaft. She held her breath. This was the first time she would step outside and into her new world. This man was going to show her, take control of her, and she could not disobey him. As she walked out, she left her apartment behind her. She knew she would never return. Her new life was in front of her, a life as a woman, a life of submission. Tom had gone, and Elena was all that remained. Taking one last look back at her apartment, in her mind, she said goodbye, but was ready to start her real life. No more masks, no more pretending. She would become the woman she always was meant to be. Thank you for listening today. Please let me know in the comments what you think happened and what happened to Elena. Who was the man? And where did the magic mask come from? Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories like this. I hope to see you again soon. Bye.